What is going on, everybody? Jimbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. I'm, of course, your GM, your DM for the night, Jimbo Thick, joined by everyone, the full cast and crew. At this point, we've been doing this a long time. I don't think we need to do introductions, unless you guys want to do them, unless you feel like you want to do them. We're just going to skip right into it at this point. So, last we left off, our party, after coming to a pseudo agreement to partner with the Champion of Silver, a dragonborn who took you in on into his camp after you were viciously attacked by a flying beast from the skies that may or may not have exploded the wagon and killed several party members in the process. The night was eventful for some, mostly Zoom, and informative for others. Rogar got a little bit on dragon culture and this different kingdom. All of you experiencing a few different interactions with the hunting party, the draconian hunting party that has been after this rogue blue dragon that they are currently hunting. You discovered that this dragon, in fact, was some kind of spy for the Draconian Kingdom and had apparently, according to the Champion of Silver, had gone dark and had recently become feral and crazed after giving several strange reports back to the kingdom. The Draconian hunting party consisted of the Champion in Silver, a mage, and a silencer known as Thune, as well as 3 common soldiers, and they each of the higher-ranking individuals had a drake mount. They are winged, in fact, and they are capable of flight. They are large, like the size of like a horse, very big, reptilian, and they all have blue scales across their bodies. But yes, as the agreement was had to hunt this individual together, mostly due to because the dragon appears to be a menace upon the dynasty as a whole, killing wantonly and even attacking you without any provocation. However, as Razire brought up, the bait that was going to be used to lure this dragon into the trap may or may not have been several. Well, there's no telling. They could have been bandits. Maybe they were passing traders. Maybe they were just travelers on the road. It's hard to tell. But there was a collection of 3 hobgoblins and 2 bugbears that were, looks like they were beaten and tied to a big stake out in the middle of this large kind of, not necessarily a field, but a large flat area where the champion had set up kind of a almost like a hunting blind to try to catch this dragon. It did not settle well with Rogar when Razire brought it up to him, and then a challenge. The gauntlet was thrown down. The champion was challenged. He felt challenged, as was the provocation and the ultimate duel that was fought between Rogar and the champion. One that it was told to the rest of you that you should not interfere in. This is a test of leadership, of skill that dates back who knows how long in the Draconian Kingdom. However, some of you may or may not have decided you were going to interfere. The first time they were given a warning, and the second time it did not go well, as Razire met a grizzled end, or should I say not so grizzled, more of a powdery end during the fight, as the champion instructed his seconds, mainly Thune, who stabbed Rosire in the throat several times. And then the wizened, old, craggly, blue-scaled dragonborn wizard that, utilizing a scroll of significant power, may or may not have disintegrated Rosire into dust, who was then scattered across the damp snow, was later gathered by the draconian soldiers and placed into a sack after the fight. The rest of you decided it was wise not to interfere at this point. And ultimately, it was a pitched battle. It was close, but Rogar, unfortunately, he fell before the champion. As that took place, he was brought back. He was not allowed to die, and a apology was demanded, which Rogar did claim. However, there could be no working together at this point, and the party was expelled from the champion's presence with a sack of Rosire and a gift that was given to you, told to place inside of the sack, and you would get your thing back upon the morrow, is what you were told. So, as that all takes place, you guys were limping, well, some of you limping, most of you just kind of like shuffling away. The champion gathering some trappings and other things together, patching himself up, his soldiers tending to him. The wizened old wizard had begun to follow you. The interested party is moving towards you as you guys are kind of like walking away. What would you guys like to do?
And this is the wizened old wizard who's handing us the scroll?
He gave you like an orb-like rune-carved etched device, but this was afterwards. This is Tal, the wizard.
Yeah.
And he is approaching you after you have already retreated away from everything. You guys are kind of like away from.
Did we go get any Arlie yet?
You were heading that direction.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He approaches from behind. The champion demands your supplication. Should you wish to flee, as should be wise, you must make a choice.
Thought I already did that, but okay. Rogar? Team leader?
Rogar looks distraught. He's not saying anything.
You can either willingly submit to have your memories altered, or you may allow me to perform a binding that will strike you down should you speak of our whereabouts within the dynasty.
Surely we could take this guy. Right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you guys whisper that? Are you whispering that to each other?
Hang on, huddle, rooftop. So what are the side effects of this binding specifically?
It is a powerful spellcraft gifted to me by one of the on high that will allow me to prevent you from speaking ill. We cannot allow the dynasty to know that we are here, as you understand.
I have no problem not speaking about your whereabouts. I don't know about this binding
The Gesh for you, then. Or would you rather have your memories altered?
Would you rather have your memories altered? And I kind of just flash my claws.
Oh, you don't scare me, you pitiful thing. If you were to strike me down, others would come for you. You would live in fear for the rest of eternity.
I already do. Not much of a threat there for me, but okay.
Well, what do the most intelligent members of our party think? I think I am the lowest on the table here. Velree says binding, and he's given a very poor threat. Resire, what do you think?
You have the bag of Resire. You're like, oh, what do you think, Resire?
Resire, what are your thoughts? I think he's okay with having it wiped from his memory. I don't know. I can't speak for him right now.
He's not of consequence.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Dan.
I'm gonna look over at Trist and just kind of try and judge what he's doing. Is he reacting at all, or is he just standing there?
No, just standing there. I have no, myself being an elf, I have no relations with the hobgoblins or the dragons and what they do. That is none of my business.
Still, the demand has been placed. The champion demands one or the other.
I am a steel trap.
A Gesh, then.
Yes, as you speak in tongue.
That is the spell he will be performing upon you. Do you... He kind of walks towards you, Trist. Mm-hmm. It will take but a moment. And he clutches like this strange looking like pearl in his hand. And it begins to speak to it and begins to alight and glow. And as it does, little fragments of what looks like the pearl begin to peel away. And he blows them into your face.
Asbestos.
You can choose to fail the wisdom saving throw, or you can attempt to resist. If you resist, he will know that you are not under the spell.
Yeah.
That's up
we'll
to you.
Choose to fail.
Okay. So Trist, the Gesh overtakes you. You don't feel any different. However, Trist, there's like a tingling sensation kind of deep down in your core as it sets hold. He said, as he says this, I place this Gesh upon you. You shall not speak of the champion to none of this land.
Yeah, this has been a surprising past 24 hours for myself, so I'd be happy to get it out of here.
And he looks towards Rogar. Lawyer, you've proven yourself worthy of respect, unlike the rest of these drabble. Which would you prefer?
Rogar just says, do what you will.
The Gesh it is.
The shame on Rogar.
Performs a similar ritual. Do you wish to attempt to resist the spell, Rogar?
No, Rogar's not going to resist.
Rogar takes the Gesh. He waddles over to Zune at this point. You.
Resire gets to go first.
That thing is of no consequence, as I told you before. It will remember much of nothing after this is done.
That's so interesting. So when you say that I won't be able to speak of any of it, does that mean that anything I may have learned at all?
You will not be able to speak of the champion, nor his party to anyone of this land. Under pain of death.
Speak. Okay. And what is death exactly? Is it like disintegrate?
You know well what death is, bard.
Yeah, but what's the
If you are thinking of a way to weasel your way out of this,
let
me make it more simply for you. Should you believe that you are breaking your oath in any way, the Gesh will inflict upon you a heavy penalty.
Okay, so if I intentionally do something, or if I think I've screwed up, so not if I. Okay, yeah, Gesh. I'll go with Gesh. I think I can live with that.
He begins to perform the ritual. The piece and the orb is growing smaller each time he performs this. And Zune, do you resist or do you accept?
Can we talk about each other? Okay, fine, I accept.
Okay. Zune, you willingly fail, and the Gesh is taken within you. Last but not least, Velree. Oh, savage thing, beast.
And then
The Gesh for you, I take it? Come now, make this decision quickly. I do not have much time here.
Does he have to touch me? Does he have to touch me?
He doesn't touch anyone.
Okay.
Breathe in your face.
Okay.
All right.
He begins to intone the ritual.
I'm gonna resist it.
A final time. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, Velree.
No one else resists it. I'm doing it. Damn it. I'm gonna re-roll.
Go ahead, re-roll it.
I give her some bardic inspiration.
Oh, hold on.
That's a natural one.
I know. One more time.
Okay.
Third time's the
Sure, why not? Let's burn all of our.
Yes.
all
Well,
of
I
our
had an
fast-
inspiration that I never used, so I just used that one.
We need to talk about those carrying over.
I'm dressing up like the first. You know what? Obviously, I freaking failed. I hate this.
Yes. So, Velree, you attempt to resist and find out that your willpower is nowhere near strong enough to do so. And the Gesh you feel it take hold as you kind of like cough for a moment. If for any reason you break your oath, we will know. And should the Gesh not kill you outright, you will be enemies of the Draconian Kingdom for all eternity, and your name struck into our records.
You're saying we're not enemies yet? So you're saying there's a chance?
A chance for what? What are you doing? What?
Should we run into you again, we're not enemies yet unless we break this up.
No, a challenge was had and you were rebuffed, weaklings as you are. Should we cross paths again, we will not outright destroy you unless you are hostile in nature. But the champion in silver has taken pity upon all of you. Normally we would turn your brains to mush and send you babbling on your way.
This is fine. I'm okay with this
And
arrangement.
he turns his back and begins to hobble his way back towards his own party.
Gotta say, Rogar, so far, meeting people of your kind is not a fun experience. Give it 1 out of 10.
Had a lot of fun. But should we run into them again? Are they all like this, Rogar? Is this kind of par for the course for your people?
Zoom,
trying
do not trouble Rogar right now. His confidence has been shattered.
I am
His
so
psyche is destroyed.
Don't worry. I will rewrite it to where you look a lot better than he does. But I can't speak of it, really, to them, or write a song at all. Damn it! Okay, I didn't think that through. I will have a nameless someone that you're fighting that's a god, and you will...
You can just change the details. Be like it was a green dragonborn. I don't know.
I mean, things
Where
could
is
be
it
worse,
there?
Rogar. You could be this in this bag that Zoom is holding.
This is true. We're not helping.
Rogar says, I would prefer you tell the story as it was. But since you can't, perhaps write it down.
Yeah.
And Rogar just turns around, walks towards the Norla, or walks towards Norla.
Yarla, okay. Trist, can you give me an Arcana check real fast?
12, I think. Yeah.
Oh God, it's a low roll. You know a bit of spellcraft. You're not extremely familiar with whatever spell or ritual was conducted. However, you would know that powerful spells of this nature usually, unless a extremely powerful caster was involved, do not last forever. More than likely, you unfortunately you don't know how long, but more than likely you're probably within a few months of this wearing off, and you're able to do as you please. But that's what you get. As all of you are approaching where kind of like the drakes were kind of like pinned together, tied off, there was a small, not really remnants of the camp, but kind of like rucksacks and some of the more heavier belongings that they didn't want to take to them to their ambush are left here by Nyarla, who sees 4 of you return and looks out to you. Rogar, what happened? She kind of like rushes towards him.
Yes.
You're bleeding.
I will be fine.
Come here.
Roger's walking towards her, but he's not increasing his speed or anything. He's just walking to collect his things, you know.
As you kind of walk, she grabs you by the arm. Hold still for at least a moment. And she, utilizing her implements of Boel, she heals you for 22 hit points, Rogar.
Oh.
What is... Oh, are we leaving? Where's Razire?
Oh, you can talk about whatever you want.
What do you mean?
So let's just get out of here.
Razire is with Zune right now.
Yeah, I've got him. Don't worry. If we'll reconstitute him later. It's probably gonna be like.
Did you shrink him or something? What is?
Anyway,
I'm gonna open the bag and let her look in. This.
fly that.
Well, I'll say it has to be. I did forget. It has to be a decent sized bag because it also has to have Razire's. What magical artifacts do you have, Razire?
Not a whole lot. It's mostly just my holy symbol.
You're the symbol for sure, and the shield are in the. You have to be held in the sack with the ashes. So the rest of it's gone.
Not the worst. It's not the worst sack.
No. So she is taken aback. No.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore with the other people, but
What did the dragon do this? What happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cannot say. As Rogar states.
Okay. Well, let's leave then.
Let's.
So these horses are just kind of sitting here with their wings.
What is a
We're
horse?
gonna put the magical shaken bacon with Razire.
Yeah, it is. It's not a. It's an orb. It's actually fairly large. It's about the size of like a softball. You know, pretty good size. Covered in runecraft. Most of it is like draconic runes. Trist, you don't quite well. Give me another Arcana check, Trist. We'll see if you can recognize any of the runes on it.
16.
A little more familiar, though not completely. Trist, as you're looking it over, you can tell this is a very complicated spell, whatever it is. You can also tell it's a one-time use due to the nature of the workings into it. Very powerful. It does reek of power. However, you know it has something to do with resurrection but you're not sure of the particulars, Trist. You just put it in the bag with Desire.
I don't know how it works.
Drop it in the sack with
You add water, shake it.
The dust of Desire, and nothing happens. It kind of like sits inside of it.
To like have it do something overnight, right? I should have been paying better attention.
It was told to you that you would have your thing in the morning, is what was said.
Do you bury it?
I don't know.
No instructions were given.
I'm assuming that if it just doesn't work out, we can try different ways of doing stuff with it. I think
That's true. I mean, typically things grow when you leave it out in the sun.
Yeah. Or, put it in water and just see it expand. I don't even know. The bag is pretty thick, right? We aren't like dropping pieces of Resire.
No. You're not. He's well held in there.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, little buddy. You got that.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't hear me. It's fine. He doesn't have ears anymore. You're bad luck, Rogar. And I don't mean that. I know you're down right now. I'm not trying to bring you down further. I'm just saying, Resire lasted like 2 days. Nothing against you. But
She does make a point, Rogar. All of us have died around your acquaintance except for Velree.
Bride of Sin. Yeah.
I am sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
And yet, Rogar, somehow you managed to not die. I feel like you sacrificed us to your dragon god.
Your dragon god. I'm assuming you guys are walking at this
yes,
point.
We're walking towards
You
Silver
guys
Ride.
been
This
walking.
point is.
You guys have been walking. Yeah, you're on foot now, which sucks, but it is what it is. I will need somebody to roll me a d20, please.
Dang.
Oh man, that used to be Resire's job.
Goes to Resire?
He can, if Dan wants to roll it, he can roll it. A 1.
See, that's what happens.
Make my damn table pull up. There it is. All right, a 1. Okay, that's yeah, I like this. Let's see. Hold, please. I gotta pull up this. All right, I need someone to roll me a d10. Don't jump at it. Anybody.
I assumed Desire was doing it.
Do it, Dan. Roll it.
You're also on mute.
Give me just a second here. I was changing out my dice because I don't like that roll. So, you put me on the spot here. 1d10 coming up.
Yes, please.
6.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're moving forward. You're on foot. What would have only been a day and a half travel by wagon, you are reduced now to probably at least a solid 2 or 3 days of travel.
We're never gonna make it to this place.
You're walking. As you begin to, you're on foot, walking, and as you are moving outwards, the snow. It was kind of like a light flurry early on in the morning, but as the day passes, it dies down, and you have relatively clear skies, though cold for most of you. Rogar, this is like temperate climate for Rogar. He feels great. But the rest of the day goes somewhat uneventful, despite the altercation you've had earlier. And enough time passes that it's around the time period where Nyarla basically says, I think we should probably camp for the night. Might be a little bit early, but Rogar could definitely use the rest, and if what you tell me the truth, Resire can possibly be rejoining us in the morning.
I think Rogar is probably fine, but yeah, I could definitely use a rest. Rogar, you look great. You did great.
Little. And I should mention to all of you, Zune has been walking with like a wide like step.
Oh,
So Zune could probably use a rest as well for the night.
I'm going to sit or lay down though, so I will be resting standing up.
I'm going to lay on my
I'm
stomach.
gonna sleep face down tonight. All right.
No, backside, please. Thank you.
Don't mind me.
So you guys begin to make camp. You do actually have some of the more nicer rations that were given to you from the Draconian hunting party for you guys to eat as you please, or eat whatever you like. I'm not sure how Rogar feels about that at this point. But as the night begins to dwindle on, do you guys want to take watches?
I'll take the first watch.
All right, Velree, by her lonesome.
Might as well.
All right, give me a perception test, Velree.
No, I'm not rolling great.
14? 14's pretty good. So, with a 14, let me minus that. Make sure I got all this shit up. Okay. With a 14, Velree, as everyone begins to kind of lie down, everybody gets comfortable. Rogar kind of vaguely drifts off to sleep. Probably, maybe a troubled look in his furrowed brow. Who knows? The sack of Resire resting near the remnants of a small campfire that you guys would have had to make to kind of get the camp comfortable enough for you guys to find rest. The little lean-to shelters that you guys have brought with you to make to shelter you from the worst of any of the winds that might pick up during the night. And as you are kind of looking out into the distance, you hear something. You hear hurried footsteps crunching through the snow, Velree.
What direction? Behind me? Around me? Anywhere?
They are coming from they're coming from outside the camp, but they appear to be approaching your camp quickly.
Oh, Jesus. Well, did we have like a fire or anything going? Like, can I see?
You have like the remnants of one. There's still a little bit glow. Some of the ashes still, some of the coal-like ashes and embers still glowing, but not. You don't have like a roaring fire anymore at this point.
I'm gonna stand up and like ready myself, but I'm not gonna try and wake up anyone just yet.
You kind of like stand up and get ready, facing the direction of the noise. And you have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As you are looking out, you see a shape begin to form, a humanoid shape rushing in your direction. And as it gets closer into view, it's too far out to see colors because you can only see in shades of gray with dark vision.
Right.
But you see the shape of it looks to be a dragonborn.
Oh God.
Running towards your encampment, clutching one clawed hand on his side, where there's blood just spilling over his claws, dripping down. And at this point, you can smell it, though, or you smell fresh blood. There's the tattered remnants of some kind of like clothing. He's mostly bare-chested, but there's remnants of clothing like from the waist down, but no footwear or anything like that on his feet. As he spills forward, you see that there is a large bolt sticking out of his back. And are you doing anything at this point, or are you just going to let him keep approaching the camp?
I'm gonna I guess, meet him to where go out and meet him a little bit. So
Kind of like
I can either defend the camp still or
Okay.
figure out if I need to help him.
As you move forward, you kind of move around the encampment. He stumbles forward some more, and
Please, help me. Help.
as he stumbles forward, and you don't recognize the voice. And then as he
No.
gets closer, you do see that he is a blue dragonborn,
Mm-hmm.
severely wounded.
They've come. They've come for me. You must give me shelter. Please.
Who's come for you?
The hunters. They don't want me to tell what I know. I can tell you anything. I can
I'm gonna like
reveal
grab
things to
him.
you.
I'm gonna put my hand over his mouth and drag him.
He's loud enough that Trist, you are startled awake. Trist has a very high passive perception. I don't know about Rogar and Zune, but at least Trist is awakened by this.
No.
He tries to like swat your hand away.
I will not be silenced again. They don't know. They don't know what's coming. If they knew, they'd be begging for the sweet
Can
rose.
I like actually like roll to like shut him up though?
Okay,
Like,
you try to grab him?
something?
You're trying to grab
you
him?
know.
Go ahead and give me we'll call this an athletics check, and he's going to try to slip out of it with a acrobatics check.
Yes.
A 25. You grab a hold of him, and he tries to like shift out of the way, but you're able to hold him, and he's not in. Some blood kind of like spurts out of his side as he begins to move too much. But you have him somewhat captured for now.
Yeah. So Trist is awake. I'm gonna nudge Rogar.
Okay.
And
Zune, I'm assuming as
and,
well.
and Nyarla, I guess, and just kind of
Yeah,
that
sits up. Oh no! What's happening?
I'll explain the situation. He was
Okay.
running towards me,
Yeah.
talking about crazy stuff, and I'm just trying to figure out if they want to try and listen to him or if I should just kill him real quick.
Velree has a hand clasped over his snout, holding it closed.
That's all. I explain all that. Like, what do you think? Should I kill him? Or should I hear him out?
Can I cast thoughts on this guy?
You know, what are you gonna do?
Detect thoughts.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, let's see how the.
What's-
I don't like that.
What's the DC?
DC is. Let me get to it. Sorry. Wisdom 18.
18. Let me make sure.
It's probably gonna have to fix this one.
All right. That is he succeeds easily.
Yeah,
You get surface thoughts for a moment, and they are sporadic and crazed as you get brief start, and then you try to delve in deeper, Zune, and you are repelled by a very strong will.
Friend, you wouldn't happen to know about. We can't talk about it. Damn it, Nyarla.
Yes.
And could you find? Actually, no. This wouldn't violate anything. So, guys, is there any chance that this is the gentleman thing, dragon? No offense, not thing, Rogar, that attacked us from the sky earlier?
Probably.
Yeah. Knows things. Rogar, it's your call.
And I don't know how many blue dragons just come running up in the dock with a crossbow bolt stuck in them.
Wow.
How big is
Think about that. My intelligence is not good.
Rogar just nods. He is the dragon who attacked us.
Oh.
Are you going to allow him to speak, Velree?
You're the dragon that killed Nyarla.
Nero looks at him. Doesn't look like it.
No, trust me.
I'm gonna snap his neck.
You just break it, Velree?
I mean, unless someone's. I mean.
Give me a strength check. It will be opposed.
Okay.
I don't think you can win the check, just so you know.
Oh,
Ooh,
what is
natty
the natural
one.
one?
Well, definitely not with a natural one. I don't think you could have won the check even if you would have rolled a natural 20. A very firm, despite his like infirm, like bleeding out everywhere, you go to like twist and he is going to break free. As he
No. You're just as bad as them. I'll kill all of you.
You started this. We were just in a wagon. You exploded the oxen's heads. We had named them.
And he is going to breathe lightning upon the majority of the party here.
Killed our ox.
You're gonna and just a screech as it just blasts all of you. I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
How dare us? How dare you? You blew up my ox's head.
Oh God.
I rolled a 5. I'm standing right in front of him.
You are. It's not good. It's not good. All right. I think Tris might be the only one who didn't pass. Let me make sure.
I can take it.
Nope. Actually, it looks like Rogar and Zune passed, but Velree and Trist both failed.
Damn, what was the DC?
DC's a 19.
Oh, fuck.
As he just this wide swath of lightning kind of flares out, and you guys are going to take.
I hate dragons.
Dear God. So Velree and Trist will take 80 points of lightning damage.
Oh.
And Zune and Rogar will take 40.
I'm just gonna type in 68 because that's how much my health is.
So Trist goes, just flash of lightning blankets all of you as he is not acting like a normal creature.
Grab it.
Velree, I'm assuming you're still standing.
I am. I'm raging.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and roll initiative at this point. I gotta get all the stuff together.
Roll initiative.
I mean, Trish, you might as well roll initiative just in case.
I was trying. Do you want me to straight roll it or disadvantage roll it?
Go ahead and why would you? No, yeah, straight roll's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Because I technically have a point of exhaustion now.
That's true. That is true. But no, straight roll's fine. It didn't really matter. So I've got a 14 for Velree. I'm gonna have to put these in manually because I didn't have it open quick enough. 19 for Rogar. What'd you have, Trist?
22.
22. Okay. And Zune, what was yours? 10? All right. These. Okay. Let's go ahead and start this. All right. As the camp is engulfed in lightning, as it just explodes outwards, Nyarla is fried once again, instantaneously, flash fried. She passed her. Well, no, you're right. She passed her save, but she's not. So she's not killed instantly, but she is unconscious and bleeding out, essentially, on the ground nearby. Trist, I need you to make a death saving throw for me.
Yeah. Natural 20!
Tristan Varel pops up with 1 hit point as he.
You gotta do more than that.
Some of the
Bring me down.
residual electricity stopping his heart and then restarting it in an instant as he kind of like, oh. You have 1 hit point. You're still prone on the ground, Tristan.
I didn't hear no bell.
Rogar, it is your turn.
Rogar would like to rage.
Okay.
Inspire Velree.
All right.
And Zune, I guess, probably because Zune has more hit points right now.
Okay.
So yeah, and then he's going to attack. Recklessly.
I'm assuming you're going to rage.
Yes,
yeah, you raged.
I did. Yeah, I raged.
Yeah. And you rush towards the dragon. Go and make your attack, Rogar.
All right.
28 is going to hit.
13.
13 points of damage.
One more time. Same thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage again.
17 points.
17 points of damage as you slice into him twice, hacking into him. He's kind of like trying to deflect the blows with his claws.
You don't know. They will come for you, all of them. She's done it. She's bringing them back.
And that is it for Rogar's turn. It is now Cordeel's turn. Cordeel is, let's see here. Cordeel does not get his lightning breath back. Good thing. However, he is going to use his Whispering Aura. Everyone within 30 feet of him needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. Which is
good.
Everyone.
Natural 20!
Oh shit, you passed. No problem. Okay. The DC is higher than that soon.
Yeah,
If you'd like to use some luck. That's worse. Okay, go and let's do it again. Let's burn all our luck points nice and early. That's it. Same roll. Okay, that's 2. 2 lucks down. 16. I'm assuming that's the one we're going with. Okay. The DC was a 15. So all of you pass. Everyone passes, even Velree, who right on the button with a 15. Because of that, none of you are frightened. However,
oh damn, Zoom, you would have been immune to it.
You
inspired by Rogar right now.
That's true.
So...
That is true. However, there is damage associated with it.
Ah, fuck.
Okay.
I'm unconscious again.
There would be, you would, so
Well, at least
you all pass. So what would have been 18 points of psychic damage is reduced to 9 points of psychic damage.
Rogar would go down, but I would roll a
Here it is.
1, or even if I rolled a 1, I would have passed. So
Relentless
succeed
rage.
on my save.
So Rogar, as he's raging, his eyes go wide as almost like these whispers begin to surround all of you. Zune, they sound eerily familiar from what you conjure occasionally from God knows where. Trist is on the ground, breathing like, oh, I didn't hear no, and then he just goes back down instantaneously. Rogar's able to keep himself upright though, as he his eyes roll back in his head, and then he kind of powers through it, and he's still standing. All right, Zune, are you still up? Zune is still up. All right, good. All right, that is it for Cordeal. That's all he can do. As he kind of moseys around, he looks towards all of you.
They call. They call.
And he's clutching at the sides of his head. Velree, it's your turn.
I'm about to rage out and fuck this guy up.
Okay. Go to the rage, Velree. Go ahead and make your attack rolls as you're surrounding him at this point.
I will. Mother effer. Fuck that shit.
Shit.
I'm sorry, an 11's not going to hit.
I'm going to use a luck point because that's just.
Do you have any left, for God's
Yes.
sakes?
sir. Hush your mouth.
Oh, wow.
All right. That hits.
28 will hit, yes.
Mm.
27
Roll some
will also
more.
hit. $26 will also hit. And 20. So all 4 will hit.
Yes. Yes. I 4d6s, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
4 plus 5. That'll be plus 20, right? To whatever this is.
So
Plus,
it's way more
yeah.
than 20.
Oh yeah.
it's plus 10. Or it's plus 40.
Yeah, plus 40. So
Okay.
51 points of damage.
Oh, and I meant to say, I don't think it's too late. That I wanted to use one of my thingy.
Don't worry about it, Valerie.
Oh, okay.
How would you like to do this, Valerie? As you jump up to him and start savaging the blue dragonborn.
And then I'm gonna once again take his neck, break his neck,
Okay. You start ripping into him, and through sheer savagery, she begins to get behind him, begins to claw at his throat. After once the 4th claw bites in, the head comes free, and just rips it off from the corpse, and it's not like a clean cut; it's grisly and just mangled. There's a little bit of spine still sticking out of it, and she kind of and just holding it up as the body collapses like a predator before all of you. And we're out of combat at this point. So there we go.
I would like to get that head in a bag for Trist for later.
Soon you reach forward and grab hold of the head. It's still the mouth is moving. It's like,
Sorry,
grab it. You're like, oh. You find a bag to place it in. The whole time I'm rolling death saves for Nyarla since no one's helping her.
I will cast Aura Vitality, and I will heal.
Okay. You'll bring her back.
Yeah.
If that's the case, oh my. Go ahead and divvy out your Aura Vitality because it might be important.
Yeah. All right. So I get 10 of these. So I'll throw one to
Assuming you bring back Trist as well, because he also was rendered on death's door.
And Trist. Yeah. Who's next? What are your who wants the 10?
Probably Trist. Trist probably, right?
Trist needs it. So everybody needs it at this point.
Yeah.
Then I'll just start cycling around. Trist got that 10 as well. Is that 6? And now I think I have 7 more, and I'm just gonna go Rogar, Velree. What's her face? Nyarla, sorry. Rogar, Velree, Nyarla, and Trist. I'll see.
Nyarla's like, I can handle myself, thank you.
Yeah, she can handle herself.
Jesus.
Nyarla gets 6. Averaging 6.
There's so many heals going out. I love it.
I don't know which one's coming to who.
Nope. Just all doing it. We're just gonna do it
I've
all.
lost track.
I've lost it all. We've lost it all.
I just keep adding all the numbers into my thing. There's a 10, there's a 5, there's another 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get 2 more. Boom, boom.
Oh my god.
So this one I'll give to me. I forgot. I also need healing.
Mhm.
Yes.
8 for me, and this last one's for me.
A little bit of self-love.
Well, how much did I get?
Nothing.
Trist was the 10, right? And then
split up some of it however you can. I don't know how you're going to, but go ahead. As this takes place, as Zune is kind of like conducting this kind of like sonnet, kind of like with, I'm assuming it's some kind of like either a chant or a psalm that Zune knows intone across all of you, and you all begin to kind of slowly rebuild your vitality. Another figure comes walking up to the camp. Velree?
Am I still raging?
Hell no, you guys are not raging at this point. It's a few minutes have passed as another dragonborn, hooded with a cloak, kind of tentatively steps into the light. Blue dragonborn, leather kind of armor pieces, and a large dagger held in his hand.
Do I recognize the dagger?
You recognize this as Thune.
Right.
As he looks towards all of you, he holds out a hand. I do not wish to fight. I'm sorry.
Casting a spell.
I know it came this way, and he looks over towards the headless body that's laying there. I see you dealt the final blow then.
I like that.
I need to retrieve his head.
Oh, that's inconvenient. She got a little carried away.
Give me a deception check soon.
And I'm just like smiling with like blood over my face to try and help with that deception.
He's doing a insight check against you soon. 24. Let me check his insight just to make sure.
She's pretty deceptive, or he's pretty deceptive.
Yeah. Sure, where are you? Nope, it's not high enough. He intones his head. That's unfortunate.
We can give you the rest of the body.
I have to bring back a head. You don't understand. What's left of it?
I mean, here, I'm going to give him the necky little bits of body and just kind of point toward the little area with the head where it used to be.
Very well. I'm sorry, Velree, that it came to this. And he grabs a hold of the fleshy bits and shuffles towards the body, grabs a hold of the body and begins to kind of like pull it over his shoulder. I have to get this back. I'm assuming you don't want to see the champion right now, and I would spare you his wrath should he find out that the head is missing. If you don't hear from me again, then that means he has killed me. And he begins to walk out into the darkness.
Good riddance.
Without the head that is demanded of him.
You'll never get back there anyways.
I'm gonna look at Zune. No, now I feel bad. Damn it.
I mean,
Love Zune's kleptomania just was like, well,
no, we're going to talk to this
dead.
head.
This is mine.
I feel bad for Thune, but also very wronged right now.
I will say, Trist, you have, you're a magical man, like you are. And you will have noticed, Trist, that a similar spell work has been placed on Thune, as was placed on all of you. And now that you have seen it cast at work, you would be able to tell that all of the Draconian hunting party, save the champion in silver, all have geshes blessed upon them for service.
Oh god, dude, dragon, are they nocturnal? There's an awful lot of them walking around in the middle of the night right now.
That I know of.
I'm trying to light in the dark and I'll find 3 of them. I need some sleep.
As Thune walks out to possibly his death, the party begins to rest for the night and falls into a deep sleep. All of you will get a long rest at this point. And upon the morning, we'll have an interesting event happen as we flash over to someone not with the party. Who would have thought? An individual that need no introduction. A man of a small goblin, one might say. Rosier, you awake. You awake. Everything went black. You were in the middle of intoning a blessing upon the mighty Rogar during a duel. You know, your fellow dragon friend, you know, you guys speak Draconic together, your best buds. And everything just disappeared. And now you are somewhere much different. You stand in everything is dark around you, except the ground you stand upon. It appears to be hard-packed earth. And there are broken weapons sticking out of the earth all around you, Rosier. Swords, axes, remnants of shield, remnants of scattered armor. You look around. Either this was a battlefield or this is some kind of strange vision. You've heard of these visions before, Rosier. And then a shape begins to walk out of the darkness. A slender woman. Very tall. Much taller than a normal-sized person. Somewhere around like 7 or 8 feet tall. Helmed and armored. You can tell it's a female, for sure. It's very scantily clad. Very revealing armor, one might say. As well as you can definitely see various definitions of muscle, as well as like scars and wounds that look like they once were very grievous and have healed over, not quite right. And though you cannot see the face because of the helm, you get like basically from the nose up is covered. You don't even see eyes. The lower portion is almost pinkish flesh, almost elf-like, one might say, and it's like pointed chin nature. And you have seen depictions of this woman, and in fact, you have prayed to this woman in the past. As the Oracle of Blades walks before you, there is a dagger in one hand and a lone sword in the other, both of them glowing with radiant light. There is blood pooling around her feet and dripping from parts of her armor. As she walks towards you, Rosier, you hear a voice as she begins to speak. Oh, you were not meant to see me yet. You have failed greatly.
It would seem so.
Show me what you know. I need you to roll initiative, Rosier.
I hope you have better luck than me, bro.
Here we go. 21.
21. Rosier, to no one's surprise, you're not going first. As your goddess's stats are quite insane.
Well, being a goddess.
As she takes the initiative before you even have the chance, you are wearing, ironically, Rosier, you're not wearing your plate armor. It's gone. All you have is your shield, and that's it. You have a shield, nothing else. As she rushes towards you, she is going to lash out at you with the sword. For it's a 23 to hit, Rosier.
It's gonna hit no matter what, yeah.
It slashes into you.
Yeah.
You have full hit points, Rosier.
Okay, let me fix that.
But you are going
it's not gonna matter.
You're going to take 32 points of radiant damage from the first slash as it slashes across you. Ah! You are resistant to radiant damage, Rosar, due to your Azamar blood. So that is cut in half. You can have that.
Okay. That hurt.
As she slices across you, she then pivots around you and is going to stab you in the back with her dagger. In a flash of light, it is going to be a 31 to hit. No one is surprised by this either. Not as much, though. Only 15 points of radiant damage. Very low on that. Halved to 7.
7, yeah.
Stabs you in the back, and then she moves away from you, Rosire. You can take an opportunity attack if you like.
I got nothing to hit her with, but I feel...
You could strike her with your shield?
I feel I should at least take some sort of... it is a challenge after all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll try to strike with the shield.
Make me an improvised weapon attack. Yeah.
Shield bash.
That's not going to do anything at all. 7's not going to
miss.
Hit the goddess.
No, it doesn't. She nimbly dances away as you try.
She laughs at me.
She laughs at me. She doesn't. She doesn't smirk. There's almost no emotion on her lower face that you can see as she dances away easily. She sheathes the sword. You are not ready for this. And just holds the dagger in one hand, or offhand, I might add. It is your turn, Rosar.
She's one hand tied behind her, backing herself, just to show me. So I guess I try to bash her with my shield again.
You could attempt to pick up one of the many weapons scattered around the fighting arena you're in. Yes.
I would. So, do I see a short sword or a rapier?
Give me a perception check, and we'll see what you find.
Perception. Okay. 10.
A 10. You don't see a short sword nearby. As you look around, and then you see what looks like a handle sticking out of the ground, relatively close by. It's not a short sword handle. It looks like a slender shaft. Whatever is at the tip of it is buried in the ground.
Gonna try to retrieve it.
Okay, you grab a hold of it and you pull. What is your strength, Rosar?
It's a base 10.
10? You're weak, Rosar.
Pretty weak, yeah.
Give me a strength check then. I was just going to give it to you. I can't just
average until that's average strength. You know what I mean?
You're weak.
Strength of an average man.
Pathetic.
But I rolled a 14.
14. As you pull the weapon, it pulls free, and there's a mace in your hands, Rosire.
Okay. All right. So 1d6, right?
Yes. Plus your strength score, which is a 0.
Just a 1d6.
So as you pull it free, you have your action, Rosire.
Okay. So is she within melee range?
No, but you can move towards her.
I've got movement, so I'll take that movement.
You have full access to your spells. You don't necessarily have to use a weapon. You do have full use of your holy symbol that is still kind of like dangling.
I'm proficient
on your shield.
So at least I get that right.
You're proficient with as the cleric domain you are. You're proficient with every weapon.
Got it. But I do have a spell, so let's see. I'll cast. See if I can cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
At second level. 16 is not going to hit her. Probably.
16 misses, Rosire.
Yeah. I bet her AC is pretty high.
She just kind of like dodges to the left slightly, and it just kind of like zooms past a bolt of light that illuminates the darkness. And as the bolt moves further and further, Rosire, you see as it illuminates, you just see more packed earth and scattered weapons as far as the bolt goes before it just dissipates. As this happens, I'm assuming that's the end of your turn, Desire. She rushes forward, and she is going to shoulder check you for a... It's only a 23 to hit. You're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw. Natural 20. You fail, Rosire, because it's only a 20.
Oh, no.
The DC is higher than that. I'm sorry.
These fucking hardcore rules of yours, you son of a bitch.
You're fighting a goddess. I'm sorry.
You son of a
The
bitch.
DC is higher than that. You were close. I'll give you that. You were close.
Mm-hmm.
You hold firm for a moment. Your small goblin frame. And then
And
you
I
just
had my armor.
Yep, you are laid on the ground, flat on your back, prone. And she stands above you, and she is going to drive the dagger down into you.
With advantage.
With advantage now.
Yeah.
She gets a natural 20.
Oh, you son of a... Well, you might as well just... Whatever's happening, it's happening, I'm sure.
I'm not going to pick a card.
Okay. Well, because this is your...
However, you're going to take... oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I told you. I'm probably dead now. With 2 levels of exhaustion.
72 points of radiant damage. Halved to 36.
Yeah, which is my hit point total.
Hit points? It is? Okay.
Yeah,
so Rosire, she drives it down, pierces into you. You go, ah! And she pulls it free, your blood smattering across her. She grabs you by the back of the head as you're bleeding out, Rosire, and pulls you close to her. Not good enough. Not by far. But you show potential. Give you another chance. Maybe 2. Oh, don't disappoint me. And as she lets you go, in the morning, as you begin to fade, Rosire, she says, oh, I'm going to give you a little gift. Maybe this will help. And you wake up, Rosire. Strangely enough, all of you, after you kind of wake up, you watch as the sack that was containing the ashes of Rosire and his armament, his shield, is the sack is like vibrating, and then suddenly a leg kind of shoots out of it, and then another leg, like a baby bird crunching out of its eggshell. However, the skin is pinkish and orange, not a green little goblin. As the full body of Rosire is formed, he's human size. You recognize a hobgoblin laying there.
The hobgoblin now?
Hobgoblin. Yes, it's no longer a goblin.
Came back a hobgoblin.
He's evolved.
He's evolved.
Exactly.
He's naked. He's completely
Digimon.
naked. He's completely naked. You still have the same kind of haircut, Rosire. The little you can tell he's got similar features, but he's no longer a goblin. The what used to be a long pointed nose is now much more flat to his face. And he has kind of
used to look like a big shield. Now it looks
Yeah.
like just a regular shield.
Yep. You're kind of like, oh, and you kind of, as you kind of sit up, Rosire. The only what Rosire has on him is basically the sackcloth is ripped around him, kind of like the Hulk.
Nice little Hulk,
And he's got like a
cloth there.
little cloth covering his special bits.
I love it. Oh.
And the day is yours.
Oh, so what is am I full hit points, no exhaustion?
Full hit points. You have no exhaustion, Rosire.
Cool.
A gift from your patron.
Oh, that's sweet. She's nice.
Tristan Burrell's about to become a religious man.
Dragon balls. You know.
You're like, oh my god, as he just shoots up. Oh.
I hope everyone is as well rested as I am. I seem to have done quite well for myself.
What the hell
Look
are
at this.
What the hell are you?
Does I resire? Back again. Oh,
I've never seen this happen.
I like the idea of a naked
maybe a
speaking.
goblin was just my appearance. All alone on me. Maybe something more than meets the eye. Huh?
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yarla,
Still
cover
the
your
same
eyes.
old, still the same old desire. Huh? The heart is pure. Huh?
Seeing Nyarla covering her eyes, just like peeking every once in a while.
Does anyone have anything to wear?
Is this how all hobgoblins are born? Are they born as goblins and they transform overnight to
Trist has like it's Gremlins. Trist has questions.
What happens if one of us died? Do we get to evolve into?
Guess you'd level up into a Dractrist. I don't know, but
Just gives Trist an existential crisis.
Psychic damage.
Shit. Emotional damage.
Super barbs.
But I kind of don't want to question this. What? Are we going to question this, or are we just going to accept it? Rogar, team leader, are we going to question this, or are we just going to accept
Rogar's seen some shit. He probably just rolls with the punches.
I'll take it as a win.
Well, he just kind of glances
I
over.
assume we have some extra clothes, maybe?
You have some human-sized clothes.
Okay.
You would have something that you could kind of give
We're gonna have
Resire.
to get some armor
He does not have any armor.
or weapon.
Point of note, Resire. To wear plate armor, you have to have a 13 strength.
Yeah.
Just so you remember, just in case.
Yeah, start hitting the weight room.
Listen.
Just letting you know.
Zoom, what did you put in that bag to?
Oh, if we have some time and can maybe, I don't know, not be very visible to dragon gods, you can do that trick where you can make the dead talk to you, right?
Yeah, but he's alive now.
Yeah. Just kind of show a little, just like.
The head, as you pull the head out, Zoom, the eyes are still open and the mouth is still moving.
It's like a snake. Put it back in. I might have made a mistake.
The bag is wet underneath where the blood is like not drying.
How is it still moving? Rogar? Is this what happened? Is this why you're still alive? Is this normal?
We are resilient. Rogar starts walking.
Rogar begins to walk. Pray you can't. Nyarla's in shock. Is Rosire's putting on some clothes. Nyarla's, maybe a couple of you catch Nyarla kind of staring at him for a moment before she straightens up and begins to walk with the rest of everyone else.
I mean, I'm sure she's seen slinging junk before.
A divine creature such as Resire, who knows? Regardless, though,
he's an angel.
Upgrades, baby.
He is. I mean, technically,
he's an angel.
He's got, celestial blood in his veins. I can only imagine he looks like a chiseled statue. So yeah. Regardless, though, as you guys begin to gather and move forward, Resire, I'm assuming they've torn something to give you some kind of like footwear that you can put on so you're not walking.
Manage until we get to
naked.
So you're not walking.
Rogar would have like pelts and stuff.
Yeah. Rogar knows about this kind of stuff. He kind of
he's got that survival skill and his intelligence ring.
He does. He makes a equivalent of like a moccasin for you, Resire, that you can put on walking around. It might be a little strange walking around Resire, big size. Everything looks a little bit smaller, but man, you feel good. You feel strong. As you guys begin to move forward, some time passes. The snow does not pick up. There's still snow on the ground, obviously, just because of the time of year that you're in. And Zune, as you guys are getting closer, and you're now getting closer to the actual mountain range. You think that you will be at Silver Dry within maybe a day and a half, depending on travel. I need to pull something up, however, though, before we go any further. So talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
The closer we get, the farther away it is.
I wonder how Thune's doing. I wonder if he's alive.
Who?
You could have stopped it. You know, I thought you were going to.
I knew that's what you thought.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do it.
That's why I didn't do it.
That's why I didn't do it, because I thought it.
Because you thought I was going to do it. Haha.
Oh my god. You showed me my love.
Yep. Yep.
Now
Certainly
you'll never
did.
know that guy's going to be dead. He's fucking dead.
He's fucking
And it's all Zune's fault.
Yeah, I mean, odds are we would could have never gone anywhere anyway. It's fine.
So
Oh. Depressing.
that is super depressing, by the way.
What is love? You know,
All right.
it's meaningless.
Evermore.
As you guys move forward, who's leading?
Rogar.
Rogar, I need you to give me a perception check.
15.
15. That is barely enough. Holy
Oh.
shit! You hit it on the button.
Shit.
Oh.
More dragons.
As you move forward,
Dragons.
you guys are moving forward. How is everybody set up? How are you guys moving? How are you guys walking forward?
Depressed.
2 by 2.
2 by 2. So who's next to Rogar?
Depressed.
I'm depressed too. I'll be in the back.
Okay, Velree's in the back. Who's next to Rogar?
Tristan.
Rogar, Trist.
Like a cat.
We'll assume we've got like
Me and Zune.
Razire and Zune kind of in the middle with Nyarla, and then Velree's in the back, kind of bringing up the rear guard.
Moping.
So Rogar, Trist, give me a perception test too, because you guys are both kind of walking together.
I'm not paying attention.
Nope.
Damn.
Trist is not paying attention. He's thinking about the implications of a goblin becoming a hobgoblin and how what is this world become? Is this how this happens? Doesn't make sense to him. And
He's a philosopher, huh?
He's in deep contemplation.
Doesn't work that way. Anatomy, physics,
As Rogar,
science.
Jesus. That's the way Dan said that.
as Rogar is walking
He died a
forward.
goblin, but he was reborn a hobgoblin. I don't understand.
As Rogar spits his drink out
Yeah,
across
I
everything in
spit
front
my
of him.
drink everywhere, goddammit.
As you move to step forward, Rogar, Trist is, and you have to grab a hold of Trist for a second. You grab a hold of him by the front of his kind of like his like thick jacket, because you guys are wearing winter clothing, and you kind of like stop
No, it
him.
doesn't make Tristan's Trist. You know, I don't know either.
But you stop him, Rogar, and your hunter sense is tingling. As you stop and you look down, and there is a large device buried in the snow. You would recognize this as a trap, hunting trap. It's a pretty good size, but as you look at it, Rogar, it's sized to catch a medium-sized creature. You almost step on it. You stop Trist from stepping on. Excuse me. And you kind of like pull him back. You're like, oh. And at this point, you see as somebody walks out of the nearby terrain. As the closer you get to the mountains, the more vegetation you begin to see. Dead trees, bushes, things that come spring will rejuvenate and come back to life. It's getting a little bit more hilly, more places for people to hide. And someone steps out. They're about 100 feet in front of you, Rogar. They step out hidden behind some bushes. Their clothing is dyed red. You see that they are wearing what looks to be like a very thick kimono of some kind, with like furred, like kind of like shoulder pauldrons upon it. They are red-skinned, and they've got 2 horns upon their head, and you recognize a tiefling. As it smiles widely, it has black eyes. Yeah, you guys haven't seen too many tieflings. It has black eyes, and there is a curved blade, scimitar-like, that it has that it unsheaths from its hip. As it does, it like little fire dances across the tip of the blade.
What are you doing?
It's up ahead. As he pulls it free, as some of the clothing shifts, you see intricate tattoos across his left shoulder that are revealed, that kind of go up his neck. I don't know what you did, but there's a price on all your heads. I think it's time you met the sinner. And
how far away is he?
He's 100 feet ahead of you. As he says this, you watch as 4 more individuals kind of step out, 2 on each side of where you guys are. All of them would be about 100 feet. So you're right, 100 feet to your left. 2 more individuals step out. They appear to be normal, like either hobgoblins or bugbears. It's hard to tell. Their faces are kind of wrapped up, but you recognize the hell-forged blades they all wield in their hands. The kind of dark iron dancing with flame, as members of the Mar have come calling. And at this point, a loud rumble, boom, boom, as a large figure walks up next to the tiefling individual ahead of you. It appears to be somewhere around 12, 13 feet tall. Rippling muscle. It is shirtless. It is male in nature. Cores of just muscle, like veins bulging out of its arms. There's a gargantuan, it looks like a giant axe wielded in both hands as it holds it. However, from the neck up, it looks like a twisted version of some kind of like hellish dog. From the neck up, with its mouth kind of open and just blood dripping out of its mouth onto the fresh snow. Its massive legs, these like iron shod boots in them, as it steps up next to it, and it raises its head to bellow. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Yeah.